7s, one that we like to call the 587. And then we've got the 686, which is 6 tier 8 tanks and a single tier 6. And then we've got our match regulations, which would be one match consisting of 2 maps and a maximum of 8 battles. One map will include 4 battles where each team plays 2 defensive rounds and each team plays 2 attacking rounds. So of course the order will be attack, attack, defense, defense. And in order to win the match for the evening, one team just needs to reach 5 points. In the event that we'll be going into a tiebreaker, the map is already predetermined, and the winning team gets 2 points, while the team that loses will get 1 point. So, you know, this is, again, just looking back at Season 2 and thinking, okay, well, it's kind of weak that, you know, in some cases we saw teams winning 1 game but getting 3 points for it.
Here's scoreboard, but, you know, still
incorrect.
The Horsemen should be 2 win with 1 loss, so 6 points. But the Short Tiger should be 3 win with 1. Do they lose to anyone?
I can't say I remember. I really don't know.
Maybe they lose to team efficiency once, right?
Right. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. They lose to team T once. So they should be, let me check it. They should be 8 points right now, right? So
I imagine. Well, we can go over it with the production crew during a short commercial break later on. And Phoenix, well, their team name is spelled a little bit wrong here on the standings. They've got, you know, they haven't won any games, which is a little bit disappointing.
They got a lot of new members. Actually, there are a couple, not only 2 teams. They got 3 teams combined together, so they got time to go. I think, you know, they are experts, but you know, as a team, we have to got more teamwork, especially for new members.
All right, so it's worth noting that, I mean, well, Horsemen, it's kind of a strong score lead, but yeah, as you pointed out, it's incorrect. Okay. So this is for silver. NVIDIA Ace is running undefeated. Run is at 3 points, team from Hong Kong. B Gaming?
Yeah, finally the NVIDIA versus the Run right now, and NVIDIA show up. They are front good lead, you know.
Yeah. And then we've got B Gaming. They're at 3 victories and 0 defeats. Pretty strong Japanese team, I guess you could say. And PvP Missionary at 2 wins, 1 defeat. LXG 2-1 as well. LOD 0-4. Pacific Rim 0-3. And Gash Plus Night Eagles at 0-4 as well.
They still struggle there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say the tops and the bottoms of the standings kind of separate the men from the boys. Does that make sense? All right. And as is the... what's the word I'm looking for? The trend that we've been seeing right now. We're not seeing even a single match played on Muravanka, and no one's playing on Cliffs.
Yeah, I really expect that because of no one practice that. So maybe you got full prepare and you're gonna got some advantage on, you know, maybe postseason or something.
Yeah. Here we go. And here we are, 5 RU251s coming out from PvP Super Friends. Accompanying them will be 2 M41 Bulldogs 587 composition. And we've got a similar composition coming from the Coalition Singapore. But they've got 3 RU251s, 2 AMX 1390s. I like how they're kind of changing things up just a little bit.
Wait, someone was not connecting.
Uh-oh, that's right.
Roy, yeah, Roy not connected.
Don't move, Roy's not in. WGL also disconnected. WGL disconnected. We are not moving.
Okay.
All right, so there we are. It looks like we're going to come back to us, and then I imagine what we'll probably do is take things into a short break. But, Edison, why don't you go ahead and write that out? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, let me check. Can I type anything? Oh, this time still can type Chinese. Oh,
okay, so now we can type in English. Tell everyone to go ahead and disconnect. RE. Here we go. All right, so back to the game, back to the garage, and we should be good to go. I mean, all the tanks are dancing there. They're having a grand old time, and
I have 2 back garage too.
Yeah, I mean, Roy disconnected. One of our WGL accounts disconnected. I mean, This is one of those. This is one of those games where we're talking about just 14 members are playing the game alone, right? 14 players are playing the game, right? 7 versus 7, 7 plus 7, 14. Then you add in the observers, which is 3 of us now. That's 17 accounts that you have to make sure are all in the game and not disconnecting.
Yeah, but no, the Codiger team, I mean the TCSG, they are from Singapore.
World's strongest internet, maybe.
Yeah, but no, the server is in Singapore. I don't know why it can be disconnected. You know.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the play on Australia, Japan, sometimes they make a problem, or like Vietnam. Vietnam, you know, the internet connection is not that great, but Singapore, you know, I still don't see any Singapore player disconnect. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's our situation at large right now. We're trying to get everyone back into the game, and I imagine maybe, yeah, we're going to be taking things into a short break while we get everything fixed on our end, guys, so don't go away. All right, we are back, guys, and everyone in chat is saying, "Hey, Edison, really nice hair. Hey, Edison, I love you." That's great. But
Okay. I told Breaker this is my father's style.
your father's hairstyle. All right,
Okay.
I believe you. You know what? To be honest with you, ever since the day I was born, my father was bald. Let me think. Let me stop and think about this for a minute. 25 years ago, he was 37 years old, and he was bald ever since then. When I was born. I couldn't even believe that. But let's face the situation at hand right now. I mean, we have, with World of Tanks, the way that things are done typically with observer accounts and everything else, the players included and everything else in between, we've got 17 accounts all attached to the same game. And I want to think that, it's amazing that we haven't had more in the way of technical difficulties like disconnects and stuff. Because, I mean, to me, it seems like this is more like a solid product. Once you examine other 5 versus 5, 12 account games that have frequent disconnects at the beginning of a, professionally played match.
Yeah, but I think the best part of the work team we don't have too many hacker.
Oh yeah, that's
like
the
job
best part.
hacker, the map hacker, a lot of
DDoSers.
Yeah, those guys, and most of a game company cannot deal with those hackers. Most of the case, I
know
really
what you're
hate
talking about.
that. Yeah, but because of game design, the server style is different. So on the World of 10, we don't have such problem here.
Okay, so I mean, like, that's a blessing. It really is. I mean, yeah, you could say, well, we have to worry about disconnecting. Well, I mean, can we put TCSG in the same room as PvP, and then come on, guys, we'd have to fly them out there every week for their competitions. But I mean, no one's perfect. We're doing what we can. We've been served lemons, and now we're making lemonade. Okay, so it looks like just about everyone is ready to go. It's just that we're waiting for everyone to just full-blown ready up so we can get to this game. So, let me think. 3 RU251s and 2 Amex 50s. I really like that composition just a little bit more. It's a bit more well-rounded.
Yeah, but PvP use the same loadout with Horsemen, and they use such a loadout win twice, I think. Pretty nice.
Really?
They pretty confident with the light and rush style. But TCSG also love rush, so I bet we're gonna see they rush on the middle and fight, within maybe 30 seconds.
All right, so I mean, of course, there it is, the Aufki Panther, and as you said before, Horsemen did manage to win 2 games using that double tank in the tier 7, but it seems a little bit strange because we actually have an M41 Bulldog accompanying that one Panther.
But the Aqua Panther is a defensive style tank. Even it's a scout, but if you put on the defensive position, it's much better than assault position because of its gun is really accurate. So which is an enemy and waiting for its coming is later. If you rush it, maybe you hit nothing there.
All right, so here we can see PvP Super Friends spawning to the south. They're rushing up to the middle of the map, but it looks like the Coalition has already caught the west end.
Yep.
And Baby 3334 actually taking a little bit more heat than he wants to, but PvP Super Friends Muerte taking just as many hits as Baby.
Yeah, but he has problems. Singapore team doing much better. Oh, wow, they crashed.
There you go.
Wow.
They're just diving in. Larix just getting straight into the front lines, dealing up the damage, and Batman was the first one to fall. There goes their moral support in this fight, but in exchange, we see Baby 3334 taking down.
Oh!
Muerte goes in the background, living up to his namesake. That means dead in Spanish, and so is he. Raymond falls in the background as well. And beyond that, more PvP members. The roster is just disappearing from the rest of the map. We still have a solid 4 tanks remaining on the field for Coalition.
So fast.
There we go. So it's Little Mac. It's Little Mac versus what is left of Coalition. It looks like he isn't even bothering to fire it back. AMX 1390 RAM or?
But
Lost Baby.
I have to remember on the beginning it's quite even, but what's going on the other side? We didn't get that. I know, but on the time frame, it shouldn't be that fast.
It shouldn't be, but I mean, like, I think I had like some kind of a gut feeling that what happened there was we saw the coalition rushing out to the west end of the map. Then, of course, we had kind of a even-ish spread as we saw PvP heading up to the center of the map. Then we saw the coalition just kind of dive in there with assaulting the western end of their flank, I guess you could say. And that's how they gradually got everyone out of the game. And I believe it was Batman they focused down first. There we go. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I just wonder if someone Emmerich,
Maybe.
Yeah, but it shouldn't that fast because I didn't see anything happen. But I know there is couple tank on the north part, but in something like 2 versus 2. But in the south part, they still didn't kill anyone. In north part, got two tanks already gone.
Yeah.
So it seems like Emmerich or something. Maybe PP is somewhat bad luck there, but because of the model is not there, observer is not there, so we didn't get it. But
Yeah.
It's somewhat weird because it's too fast. Because
We need some more free cam is what we need, right?
Yeah. What's going on there?
I don't
Still
know.
wonder. Okay.
So, I mean, that was it. We've got, of course, that was only game number 1, and I think with this level of play, we're going to see something back and forth all the way to the 8th and final game. So,
Okay.
let's wait and see what happens after this 90-second break, guys.
Okay.
We are back, and that was a pretty exciting game number 1 that we saw coming from TCSG and PvP Super Friends. Of course, TCSG came out on top just a little bit. It's I mean, it's a little bit, I guess you'd say a teeny bit in the way of an upset, considering, if I'm not mistaken, we've seen PvP Super Friends beat teams like Fnatic at last year's World Finals, right?
Yeah, and they win this one. They win on the they won on the Pokanovka, but it's a traditional PvP setup, and they're doing really nice on such a setup. But I just wonder what's going on there. Maybe on the second match they're gonna show a different, just saying,
Maybe. All right, but I mean, thus far coming from TCSG, we don't see too much in the way of deviation. They've got mostly RU251s. We don't have any switches on their tier 8s.
Maybe they're gonna have a 2M13, but
maybe. But if it's not broke, don't fix it. They use this to win game number 1, remember?
Yeah, I think they're gonna rush again, but actually on the first match they didn't rush. On the old style, they love to rush like PvP, but on this match they just stand somewhere and waiting for PvP, come in and rush out. The strategy is correct, but maybe something quite luck. I think I didn't see that, but it's too fast.
You're right.
Fast.
They went with 2 AMX 1390s this game around.
Yeah, let's set up. They didn't change anything there.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was actually PvP Super Friends who did the 5 RU251s last game. I thought it was the other way around.
Okay.
My bad.
Okay.
And I knew this because I thought, well, wait a minute. We've got Batman, but he's not using an AMX 1390 because he was taking the M41 Bulldog.
Yeah. They know that RU251 is really powerful, and your enemy using M13 on such scenario, I recommend PvP they have to rush and catch the TCSG on the first moment, because of when the RU251 reach the middle range, only taking like 25 to 30 seconds, and M13 need extra 6 seconds to reload. So on that moment, RU251 can shoot it twice. So they got at least 500 hit point advantage there if they can hold hit.
All right, so again, spawning to the south, we've got PvP Super Friends, and to the north, it's going to be TCSG doing, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Not once, but twice in a row. But wait a minute, PvP Super Friends is going with a different rush pattern this game around. They're going straight up to the west too.
This time they're trying to get the enemy on first.
Oh, there we go. Exchange of fire has taken place. It has just commenced. Muerte at 10:55, 9:04. But already we see Raymond out of the game from TCSG, and not far behind him is Baby 33334. And Lacus 315 and plummeting. 205 remaining on Larix. Spec Ops is finally out of the game, but now it looks like simply from a counterplayed rush, we have PvP on top of their game. They do lose Spec Ops and Little Mac. Muerte next on the hit list. And it's a 2 versus 5 at this point. Now maybe a 2 versus 3 if we can see that finishing shot. But Last Baby 53 HP, 1 versus 3, guys. We all know how that works in tanks these days. Nice little, I guess you could say, maneuver there by Shanggui, but it's not going to get him the win on this game, is it? Maybe, maybe not. Batman now running for dear life as he's on the reload. Dear life just passed him. And Shanggui killed by a ram and a shot from Minuto.
Yeah, I think I think Batman, he already figured out what's the problem there, because your enemy got an M1390, and you got a lot of RU251. So just what I say, you got 2 shot advantage. So just rush in as soon as possible and shoot them first. After 2 rounds, they take a lot of damage there.
Yeah. And
that's it.
That's the perfect way to think of it, because now that you mention it, in game number 1, when they first how do I say this, arrived at the western end of the map, they didn't have those 2 shots like you said.
Yeah, because
the reload time.
They expect TCSG also rush to the middle, but no, they had to Eastern first, and after reload they rush out. That's it. So this time, they want to shoot the TCSG first. That's why they go to a left side. But TCSG still there if they expect maybe if they know the problem about them. They should pull back a little bit, waiting for 5 to 6 seconds, then engage the combat.
All right, so I think if I recall this kind of phenomenon correctly, it's probably called the Yomi effect. It's something to do with the human mind and thinking about what your opponent is going to do and strategy and things like that. But I'm not entirely sure that's what it's called. We could probably talk about it a little bit after this 90-second break, guys. Don't go away.
Okay.
All right, guys, we are back, and indeed, I guess you could say the element of mind games that I was thinking of, the word that I was looking for in my mind, was known as the Yomi effects. Now, according to what I was able to find on Urban Dictionary, Yomi is a Japanese term meaning knowing the mind of the opponent. So that certainly worked out there in game number 2 for PvP.
Yeah.
Definitely. And we're already loading into game number 3. This is going to have PvP on defense.
This time the TCSG using 4 RU251, so
2 AMX 1390s as well. And
on the earlier game they got 2 tier 7. Why
yeah.
The Bulldog? Bulldog also nearly loaded, and now one is the APAC-ASIA. So on that moment they got 3 tanks nearly 1 star. They only have 200.
So here we go. Ooh boy, they're just gonna rush straight up the middle. And that's something I would expect from a team that's on defense, but they've got the plan, and it looks like we're gonna have the coalition rushing off to the west side, the west end of the map. And they're gonna stay safely tucked away for the time being, but Batman's taking some shots out as a sniper. Not quite making anything hit, but he does get fired out there by TCS, excuse me, Baby there.
Yeah, but the position of the is not that great because of, on the right side they got a lot of power. There is also something like view on the lower part. Some potential. You can see that they got a house, they got a couple of rooms, so you shoot the first shot, they cannot see you.
That is right.
Already got a couple advantage on the hit point, right?
Here comes the maneuvers.
Wow,
oh man, Sean Gui just took 3 or 4 shots all in one volley.
Yeah, and the Raymond is also gonna die too. If they discover Raymond is there.
He's on the verge.
Wow, they rush out. They rush out right now.
This is exactly the opportunity that they need to seize. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tanks in that position now, trying to get a threshold on 4. Anuto down to 1 shot after that ram that takes his opponent out of the game. He is now gone with him as well. Batman gone in the background. Sean Gui gone. Lost Baby is lost. PvP Little Mac does look like he gets the finishing shot onto Larix, and now he himself is out of the game. This is a rush that kind of backfired on PvP just a little bit, but it's still 3 tanks to 2.
Yeah, but
they're able to take that fight.
But it's still really close because of M13. They didn't kill the M13 on the first moment. That's why it's so tight there. But it's gonna come.
Yeah, there we go. Gone, baby, gone. There he blows. All right, so that's 2 points to 1 now. And
I lost my microphone,
You lost your microphone?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Actually, I mean, it's right there in front of you, but...
But I'm gonna relocate that.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
But no, on this match, the Singapore team, they shouldn't stand on the ground because PvP got the house for cover. They got a couple bush and a rock, and shooting them on the higher ground, it's really bad for the Singapore team if they want to go to lift part. I think that's okay, but they got some different geography type in order to counter each part, but they shouldn't sit on that close range without any cover. And when you want to run or live somewhere, they cannot discover you. They cannot spot you.
Not only that, but I mean, like the element of gravity, as you said, they were on the hill, so that means when they're going downhill, that helps their acceleration rate just a little bit more, so they can rush in just a little bit faster and overtake them. They had 6 tanks ready to go, and they made it happen.
Yeah. Okay. And then when they got an advantage there, Singapore team is still trying to close the reach, get a couple shots there, and I think at least 1 tank is already gone, and another one almost died. So the PP rush out. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, that's this game in a nutshell. We'll be back in about 90 seconds. All right, guys, we are back now with the final round on Prokhorovka, and of course, it's going to be PvP Super Friends on defense yet again.
Yep.
Despite that, they like to rush up the middle in just about any case. I mean, what's the saying as it goes? Sometimes the best defense is a great offense.
Yeah, because they choose all single loader. Not all, only have 2 auto loaders. They got a lot of firepower and DPM, so they want to rush to the middle reach on the first moment and trying to get a chance to kill someone like M13 first.
All right, so there we go. It's going to be 5 RU-251s and 2 M41 Bulldogs for PvP. And the same old loadout coming from TCSG. Now, stopping to think about this for just a minute, I mean, this, again, we have to stop and think about the Yomi effect. Are we going to see a huge difference coming from the play of the Coalition?
Yeah, but if I were the Singapore team, maybe they can choose some route like this. They don't have to engage on the first moment because they're up again once. They're gonna shoot. They have to fighting without any ammo there. Really bad.
Oh man, they're all just piling up over that hill.
Wow.
There's a rock that protects Spec Op as well as Kyo, but Kyo looks like he may be focused down nonetheless.
Wow,
Larix very close to falling himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was one shot there. Okay, so now we've got a Nuto and Atari.
Wow,
nice.
So close right now.
Yeah, nice flanking fire there. I mean, they take down a couple more tanks, but I mean, PvP Super Friends kind of still, I don't know, it's even. It's 2 even to tell. It's
yeah,
3 versus 3.
Even.
It's 4 versus 3 right now in favor of PvP. Just so I say that. Lost Baby now at 109, and he's about to get shot out of that game.
It's still up 2-3 right now.
2-3 at this moment. They're up 1 tank.
2-1.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he
nice
cannot
ram
get
there.
it. Wow.
And Nuto rams and fires the last shot to get him out of the game. Is that the 59-16, the Chinese 59-16? It looks like it. Quite weak, but fragile as well, but gets 1 kill.
Yeah, but I just wonder why not the Singapore team, go to the East Bar, East Village, waiting for reloading every time. If you want to engage that fast, you have to get some ammo, right? So you cannot shoot anything while you go there, and your enemy gonna shoot you twice, and you gonna start to shooting to that.
Well, I mean, like that's map number 1. We've got 3 points for PvP Super Friends. A little bit, I guess you could say, a little bit surprising.
Yeah, but actually, the rush style of PvP is not that hard to break because you got autoloader, you just wait, go to a spot, waiting for 5 to 6 seconds and then rush out, and if you want to rush, take that moment is fast, right? But I just wonder why TCSG didn't take any other route or didn't hold for 5 to 6 seconds.
You know what I'm wondering? Why doesn't anyone play Why doesn't anyone play maps besides Prokhorovka and Steps?
I don't know why.
Oh man!
Right. we seldom see any map on beside the
Himmelsdorf, Prokhorovka, and Steps. The 3 most played maps
and
right
even
now.
Himmelsdorf only like Horsemen play that one. Horsemen versus the PvP, right?
I think so. Yeah.
On the last week, I think that's the 2 weeks only one Himmelsdorf, and we didn't ever see any map beside. Besides this 2,
I'm not the guy who's in charge of the teams. Okay, so we'll be back in just a few minutes with map number 2 on Steps. Don't go away, guys. All right, guys, we are now back, and this is going to be map number 2. The score is
Let's
3-1 in
Yeah.
favor of PvP.
But for the map is really easy to defend. If the defense side they know how to use a binocular, it's quite easy to defend. I think. I'm not sure if the PvP they're gonna rush again because of they already got a 1 point, 2 point advantage if they can take more defensive style and start the defense side because they got 2 points on the defense side. If they take the chance, they can win this one because of this map. On my previous experience, I seldom see any assault team, winning. If the defense team they know how to use the binocular, they don't have to rush out and reset a capture. They can use the binocular, and then can
just sniper shot, right?
Yeah, sniping anyone who capturing. But
okay.
Last time I saw the team efficiency, they use the M44 as artillery. So their opponent trying to camp on the northeast, and they use artillery to bump them. But finally, they didn't work out because of the DPM is quite low, I think.
I mean, yeah, that's basically, I guess you could say in some ways how artillery doesn't really work out as a viable play. It's not tier 6 guns, but at the same time, if you're not using a tier 6 artillery piece, then a tier 8, well, that detracts from your heavy tank loadout as well as your light tank
maybe
loadout.
You only taking like 100 or something like 100, but you only got 7 minutes. And when you reach any position can using your artillery, maybe you already taking like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and you got 4 minutes left to shoot a couple times. And how many times you can hit that is a big problem.
Yeah, I mean, especially versus light tank loadouts, you fire a shot, they move just 5 feet, boom.
Yeah, can't hit anything. Next round maybe keep missing.
All right, so for the time being, we're still waiting for some of these tankers to get into the game. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 RU-251s, 2 M41 Bulldogs coming from PvP.
And on this map, for the assault team, the key point still be how to capture without be spotted. So maybe use other cover or something, because there is cover bush. But if you hide behind the bush, your enemy might know that. If they cannot see anything, they cannot flash out there. But if you can, hide some, I don't know, but for assault team, the primary key is still be how to capture there and force the defense team go out.
All right, I mean, yeah, it's basically
really hard.
Yeah, it can be very difficult to do, and I mean, if we see PvP Super Friends win the next 2 games in a row, that means we immediately dive into our next set between Elong and
Horsemen.
Yeah. But I mean, again, that's just going to depend on how the score is cut between both teams, what kind of performance we have. Are there any trump cards or wild cards that we're going to see getting pulled out from either team? Any insta wins, things like that.
Yes.
Typically,
I really wonder why so many teams they choose a step. It's quite an even map. I mean, for the defense team, it's really easy to win. Not that easy, but if you didn't make it back mistake, you're gonna win that one. There's something like a Hemstove, but I just wonder why they always choose the step because of on the play style. Hemstove also a very strong defensive map.
Right. Ooh, six tier 8 tanks and an AMX-12T. Okay, I think we can see what the plan for TCSG is going to be.
And
capture.
Not only that, because of PvP do not have any heavy tanks. That means they cannot have a green.
So I mean, Edison was just saying at the loading screen that there are no heavy tanks coming from PvP. So
yeah. That means they're gonna be really more mobile defensive strategy. That means they're gonna use a lot of light tank rush east or rush to the south and trying to find anyone along there. Like it's a Singapore team that choose a lot of auto loaders. So if the auto loaders stick together, the PvP cannot fight them directly, and they're gonna lose that one. Except the Singapore team, those players go with really bad places. They miss any shot, they may lose that. But
here we are, the exchange of fire taking place at this very moment. There was a hit just now in the Sean Gould and his AMX-12T. He took very little damage. I mean, like, given the fact that he's got, only 600 HP, that's not too terribly severe of a hit, but at the same time, it detracts from the overall damage output of the team as a whole. So there we go. Little Mac taking a
Little Mac almost
nasty chunk. Yeah. Nasty chunk on Little Mac there. He's down at 346. 716 on Muerte as well. He's been living up to his namesake as one of the guys that dies a lot on his team. But
and the exchange is quite even, but Little Mac almost gone, and Batman also almost gone too.
Oh, Sean Gray's one shot, but just as we see Batman and Atari dive in, one of them gets knocked out again.
Also down too.
Yeah, 42 HP, one shot, then he was taken out.
Yeah, someone gonna take the Little Mac right now.
And Nuto totally surrounded. Sean Gray was alive, but is now gone. It's 3 versus 1. In KO's position. Exchange of fire will continue, and will it be a ram that gets him out? Maybe not. He's just pushing him back and knocks him out of the game. Okay. Now it's Spec Ops versus 4 tanks. Is he going to get it or not?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, we have to be real about this. Very seldom do we see. When was the last time we saw a 1 versus 5 that had the 1 tank win?
Yeah, but it's not an SPF game, I think.
Right.
Sometimes the SPF, if you only got 1, it's really like Superman.
Yeah.
You can kill 5, but World Tank is not that stuff. But on this match, the TCSG show up, how to use the auto loader. Just stick it together. No one can rush in because of, PP choose 5 RU251 with 2 auto loader. It's a bulldog. But if the PvP they choose more defensive strategy, maybe they can win this one. But all light tank and I got all. Most of my tanks are auto loaded. I cannot rush you. Let's say.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have to say, I wasn't expecting them to pull out the win with the AMX-12T on their roster, but it worked out in the end.
Yeah, but I think that originally they gonna use a 12T for capture because of it's a most tiny tier 6.
Yeah.
And it got really high camera ratio, even as movie.
I mean, yeah, that's basically, we saw the trend. Elong's tried it before. They're the best team. Yeah. They're basically the best team in APAC as of Season 2. And, I mean, they just never really got to that stage. That is to say, our Singaporean team. But, I mean, right now, they're up. They are at 2 points with PvP at 3.
Yep.
Question is, can they take the next 3 in a row? Or are we going to see a tiebreaker game? What's going to happen? Are we going to see PvP take the next 2 and then win it outright? Well, we're going to have to find out in about 90 seconds. Don't go away, guys.
Okay.
All right, guys, we are back now, and this is going to be game number 2 on map number 2. That would be Prokhorovka. Score is 3-2-2.
It's step.
That's what I meant to say. Steps. Sorry. Steps, Prokhorovka. They all look the same these days, my bad.
Okay.
But I mean, if you stop and examine the climate of both maps, they're very similar.
Okay, this time the PvP choose more defensive selection right now. They got T32, they got T69. Because as you know, T69 is really nice to counter the light tank. So they expect the TCSG gonna choose the light tank again.
All right. I mean, I've got nothing against that. The T32, T69, great tanks in there. And I mean, as long as we see PvP on the defensive, and as long as they know what their opponents are going for, they'll be in a great spot. Once you stop and examine, I mean, of course, the distance between their spawning point and capture point 1 and 2 on this map, it's not as cold or it's not as difficult as it could be with, say, Himmelsdorf, where you've got the capture point 1, like, all the way out at the west end of the map, just as easily accessible by the offense team.
Yeah, because of the geography type, they got a couple show here on the show range on the northeast, so they can use the T32, T29, and doing really nice for defense. But if you are on the Himmelsdorf, it's not that easy because of if you can hit enemy can hit you too. So it's totally different.
And I mean, of course, capture point 2 is just focused in, on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah.
Capture point 2 is just, of course, in the defending team's base. But let's see how things are going to go here. There's a T37 and AMX 1390, 2 AMX 1390s, T32. Something's just now getting switched out from PvP, I might add.
Yeah, but I expect the Singapore team, they're going to have the same loadout, I guess.
Okay, so, of course, another 2 AMX 1390s coming from TCSG as well. Are you 251? Maybe. I don't know. It's a little bit interesting to note that I feel like maybe the tank selection should have been finalized by now, but PvP is ready to go. Are you 251?
Yeah, okay. Another should be auto loader, I guess. Oh yeah, M13.
Right. That's a lot of AMX 1390s coming out of.
But this time not that easy. Not that easy because of PvP choose T69.
Of course. Then T69s automatically hard counter the AMX 1390s. We have the game getting started now. And if we could just see what the tank loadout is, that would be great. There we are. Ask and ye shall receive. 4 AMX 1390s, 2 RU251s, AMX 12T. It will be for TCSG. 1 T32, 2 T69s, 2 AMX 1390s, an RU251, and a T37 coming from PvP Super Friends. All right, so I mean that's two. I guess you could say AMX 1390 hard counters, if you will.
Yeah, and this time we're gonna hold the northeast this time. Maybe use the T37 here. Let's go.
All right. Here we are.
T32 come here, T69 here, couple lighting. Let's go here.
Okay.
And they're gonna use a 12T for capture.
Yeah, let's see how this works out. I mean, like, right at this very moment, we don't have PvP Super Friends budging too terribly far away from their base, but given the amount of, I guess you could say, damage output available from their team, it wouldn't be necessary for them to do that.
Yep.
We're talking about RU251s wielding mostly 90mm cannons compared to the 105s. I believe that would be available on the T32, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not necessary here to use 105 because if you use a 90mm gun, you got a lot of shooting chance because the DPM. The DPM on when T32 use the 90mm gun, the DPM is higher than 105. And another reason is the 90mm gun, the gun have really high penetration compared to 105. At least 30 more penetration. And accuracy much better. So on many cases, T32 don't have to use the top gun. I mean the 105. They can just use the 90mm gun.
All right. So I mean the spread here coming from PvP is pretty nice, but I feel like they're ready to intercept what might come from TCSG in this game in peculiar. But I mean. it looks like right now I wouldn't say there's a whole lot of nothing happening. It's just that I feel as though before TCSG is going to make that move, they're going to set up a really nice ambush. They're going to set up a really nice position to make sure that they can light up anything that comes in to prevent their capture. But as I say that, there's a T-37 on the prowl to the southern end of the map.
Wow.
And Kyo is now really rushing to get out there in that.
Yeah, but if someone discovered him, he won't live there. I think it maybe still save his life, but it's really hard for him to live there.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the game resumes, but where does it go is the real question.
Okay, it seems they don't want to use a capture strategy right now, or they cannot. I'm not sure, but wherever they go, PP cannot camp on the northeast. So if they want to capture on the capture circle 2 and capture circle 1, and when they check the enemy's attention, they're trying to rush on the south. Even though they do that, your enemy still all on the northeast part. So when you rush in, you only have 5 tanks or 4 tanks. You cannot get any advantage there. So,
I mean, I feel like this move is something that hasn't been too well practiced coming from PvP Super Friends, but Muerte is about to get caught out in the open. He already has been, in fact, and he is being lit up. But let's not forget that...
he had to run as soon as possible.
Yeah, he's only got 690 HP on that thing, now worn down to 257. I don't think getting away is going to be an option here, Edison.
Yeah, but he still got a chance, but T-37 is not that fast. But PvP, like Russia right now, they know you're not there, so they're trying to get someone long on the north part, but they get one.
Lyrix is caught. He
has
been
bounced.
picked up on.
His
No, that shot was not a bounce.
Oh, okay.
He's
missed,
returning fire. Kyo's looking like he's ready to intercept, and he might just do so.
Yeah, but he did it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. One more, and he's sealed out. One more. There it goes. But now Kyo is looking like he's going to get lit as well. It's AMX 1390 versus AMX 1390. And of course, in this situation, the one with the more HP is the one that wins the fight.
He ran him.
But just as I say that, Batman and Antari come to the rescue. Kyo is still alive to fight for a few more minutes. 5 tanks remaining on the Coalition. PvP Super Friends more or less the same with their armor and HP, but they have to fire back.
Yeah, but I think the reaction of the Singapore team is somewhat late because of when you see the enemy on the south part and trying to rush them. That means you don't have too many power on the northwest. That's why PvP rush out. On that moment, they have to go wrong. These guys, I mean M13, RU251, and 112D shoot. Oh no, 2 RU251 with 1. Oh no, on the Singapore team, sorry.
Yeah.
The M13, RU251 with 12T. The 3 tank have to run as soon as possible because of your enemy already know you split 2 parts, but I don't know why they still stand there. On the first moment, if they run, I don't think they gonna got any damage there.
Well, for the time being, I mean, this is a game that is heavily favored for PvP Super Friends. If they win this round, ouch. If they win this round, I mean, they'll essentially be geared to take the set, as that will put them at 4 points.
Yep.
But we've seen bigger comebacks happen before, I think. Baby can't move here. He's been, no, he hasn't been tracked.
Oh,
but he did. He's taken out of the game. It's 2 tanks remaining on the Coalition, and I think right now they're discussing strategy to go into the next game. Not so much trying to actually win this. Spec Ops now at 1 shot, 5 HP, and there's a nice ram coming from Batman here. Spec Op does miss that last shot, and Lacus from TCSG does get the connecting hit, but alas, 5 tanks is 5 tanks, and 0 tanks is 0 tanks. PvP wins with the score now at 4-2.
Yeah, but this time I think the Singapore team, their reaction is quite not that good, because of when your enemy know you split, you better run to some point, because they already rush out.
I mean, it's kind of like the Yomi effect as well. I mean, once you stop and think about it, we've got 2 games on offense and then 2 games on defense. In game number 1 on offense there, I mean, PvP saw what their opponents were doing, and they're like, okay, we have to do something to counter that from the get-go. And at tank selection, they got a T32 and 2 T69s. That's how they countered it.
Yeah, they're gonna take more defensive, but when the Singapore team they trying to go to the south part and trying to kill T37, 4 tank is chasing him. That means on the north part you only got 3, so that's why PvP all rush out. They know, okay, if they rush to the south, maybe they cannot catch them. So they're trying to get the close one. And Singapore team they didn't live there. If they on the south part, maybe on the north side they already see, okay, you already rush out. Maybe you can run some play, and on the south part they can take a chance to kill someone or take a capture point. The capture maybe they can pull back, and on the northwest part of the 3 tank maybe had a chance to shoot enemies back, because of you live there first and capture and force they come back. You got a chance to go, but they just stand there and kill first.
I mean, not only that, I feel like with that maneuver to take capture point number 2, about at the 3 minute 30 mark, that was. I feel like the execution of it wasn't that solid. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the capture, they cannot capture and win, but you can capture and
force an ambush.
Yeah,
right.
Force them come back. Not just only for capturing.
All right, so that again puts the score at 4-2. Right now, if we want to see TCSG have a chance of winning this, what they're going to have to do is win the next 2 games and then win the tiebreaker. But conversely, we could just see PvP Super Friends win any one of the next 3 games. Let's find out any one of the next 2 games. Let's find out who it's going to be after the short 90-second break. Don't go away. All right, guys, we are back now with what potentially could be the final game of our best of, I guess you could say, our best of 2 maps.
Yeah, but
between both of our
this time
both of
the
our teams.
TCSG got the defensive side.
So I mean,
not that easy, I think.
Right. I feel like every game that we've seen PvP play against the TCSG in the second round on offense or defensive, or on offense or defense, PvP has done just a little bit better in the following match. Does that make sense? Like, game number 1, TCSG wins. Game number 2, PvP is like, oh, you like to do that? We like to do this.
Yeah, people know how to counter that, and but sometimes I still hard to explain that. I don't know why such a experienced team like PvP, they would rush to use a single shooter to rush to the autoloader. It's quite weird.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they're in low numbers and if you can focus those autoloaders out of the game first, guess what? You're removing a huge chunk of damage from the enemy team. And let's not forget how fragile the AMX 1390 is. Although it is a light tank, the engine's in front. I'm not sure how easy it is to hit the ammo rack, but if it takes a hit, you're looking at 80-second reloads.
Yeah, it's really hard to like blow out, but got some damage. But in most cases, the M13 is get on fire more than damage the ammo rack.
All right. I just think it's a little bit impressive. I don't remember seeing any of the tanks catching on fire in today's matches just yet, but maybe
Today, no, but the M13 is somewhat, compared to the ammo rack, the engine is much weaker.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I'm piloting an AMX 1375 right now, and it's just a pain in the rear to manage. Sometimes it's like, oh boy, I have to turn my back to my enemy every time I want to fight them. You know?
Okay.
But looks like we're almost ready to go. So on offense here from PvP, we've got 2 T69s and a Pershing.
Oh, Persian.
2 AMX 1390s, an RU-251, a single RU-251.
2 T69 Persian. Okay, I cannot expect anything right now, but something might. On the play style, PP really love to assault. So on the assault side, they're gonna choose more aggressive style, I think.
I'm with you on that note. Okay, so 2 RU-251s and a T-49.
Oh, a T-49.
Coming from our defensive team.
2 T-49.
2 T-49s, wow. Okay.
Okay, a T-49 is quite defensive weapon, but somewhat it really depends on your luck.
It is. I mean, like, at the distance that they will be firing their 152 millimeters?
Yeah, 152.
152s? It's gonna, I mean, that's a distance that I know an AMX 1390 can dodge, but what about a Pershing or a T69? Those are mediums.
But the Pershing, the gun of the Pershing is really, really nice. So he can shoot anything. But I mean, the accuracy is quite nice. But compared to RU-251, it should still be not that accurate. But I think the most accuracy of gun here should be the Pershing. RU-251 also nice, but sometimes not that stable.
All right, so PvP Super Friends.
They rush to East Power.
Capture point 2, I like that. At this
if they
peculiar
can
moment.
go to the capture point 2 and reach there, make up a defensive circle, because they got Pershing, they got 2 T69. They can kill 2 light tank on the first moment.
And it's worth noting for the time being that both sides might just lose their T-37s very early in the game. In fact, Shangui and his T-37 has just been taken out of the game. We see that RU-251s to the northwest end of the map are actually relocating themselves at this very moment, and the AMX 1390 there as well is going to be joining them very soon. Roy Mia is now looking like he's got the same thing in mind. Okay, so right now PvP's plan has been cut onto in some ways, but it looks like we've got Coalition not quite ready to intercept it at this moment just yet. Capture is initiated, but that was just a pass through, it looks like.
Yeah, and right now the T69 force, the light tank coming,
The question is, are those T-49s ready? We can see them repositioning close to the spawn point for PvP Super Friends, or Coalition.
Yeah, but whatever. Oh,
Batman was just one-shotted and knocked out of the game.
That's power of a T-49. Wow.
Did he hit the ammo rack?
No, it's T-49.
I mean, like, this still puts PvP Super Friends up 1 tank. Besides that, Batman is a better commander for his team when he's dead. It's going to be Anuto and Roy Amia duking things out in the middle. Of course, for the time being, we still have our PvP team up 1 tank.
Yeah, but even the T-49 should already kill 2, but the T-49 still with full health, I guess.
Yeah, 581 on Raymond.
Yeah, oh, coming again!
Oh,
he
man.
missed it this time.
He missed. Anuto's totally surrounded in this position. Raymond looks like he could get knocked out of the game by Muerte. And Anuto, speaking of Muerte, Anuto is gone.
So close right now. The problem is still on the T-49. Yeah, if he can kill someone there.
There we go. I mean, he's out.
He's missing again. Wow. He didn't shoot the bulldog near him, but shoot another one so far away.
Yeah, and Little Mac is getting chased at this very moment. Spec Ops trying to regroup with his teammates. This is a game that might be a little bit hard fought there for PvP. Is the engine hit on that Little Mac? Is it hit? He's moving a little slow.
No. He's shooting the ground. That's the problem about the T-49. If the T-49 can kill him, They shouldn't in so struggle here. Wow.
Alright.
Missing, keep missing.
It's almost 2 versus 2 at this particular moment in the game. PvP Super Friends Little Mac in a lot of trouble, lit and out of the game, but this is now a 2 versus 1. And the question is, can TCSG's Lost Baby run away? It looks like he's just going straight into his doom. He's forced between Kyo and Spec Op, and it looks like Spec Op is going to be able to shut him out.
Yeah, they got 2 tanks, so they got really nice chance to win.
How does he miss that shot? Okay, there we go. And got it.
You know, the problem is still on the T49. If the T49 didn't miss so many runs, this
we saw what happened when it hit Batman.
Yeah, but first one is 1 shot, 1 kill. The second one, he take like 500 damage. After this, no one hit, no one shoot anything.
It certainly is the more exciting moment in the game when you've got the lightest tank with the heaviest cannon in tier 8.
Yeah, but I saw the PP doing so right strategy there, but they almost lose that. If they doing thing right and lose that, it's really bad luck. But finally the T49 is still unstable.
All right, so I mean that's going to put the end score at 5-2, and that's 2 points for TCSG.
No, 3 points right now.
No, I mean 3 points for PvP Super Friends because they won.
4 points.
What? 4 points?
They got 4 points.
At the end of that last game?
Yeah, they got 4 points.
Wait 1 moment. You've been kicked from the lobby, good sir. Are you sure? Because I mean that was actually game number 1 with PvP Super Friends on offense, wasn't it? I have to stop and think about this for a minute.
Someone kicked me.
Wait, yes. Okay, so the score was actually 3-1 at the end of the first map. Then PvP won 1. They lost 1 round on defense. They won another round on defense.
Yeah, so you went on PvP, right? And
so it's 4.
Yeah, so it's 4 versus 2. 4-2 right now.
No, because just now it was PvP Super Friends on offense. Right?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-3.
All right, guys.
It's 4-3 right now.
It's 5-3 Edison. They won 3 points on the first map. That was the third round we were playing on second map. I think. Okay, so we're going to show you guys this season's... It's all good. It's all good. We're all tired, man. We're all tired. It's late. Okay, so...
My bad.
It's all right. It's all right. We're going to show you guys some season highlights, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go away. WD-40 is missing every shot that he's surrounding, circling while 4.
Yeah, the quarter gonna shoot 10 miles. Okay.
Now he's gone. So it's a 1-1 exchange in that particular instance. TY Killer being focused down. Zeratul actually taking a good chunk as well. And TY Killer is poised to fall, indeed he will. Spawnster now next on the hit list. It's coming from Front Mission.
Yep.
And Fresh Meat is struggling to stay alive here. He gets rammed, but he's still alive.
Yeah.
Does he hit off spin? Does he hit off spin?
Oh, he's reloading.
Yes, they are. He is going to detract from the tank count in the front lines fight. Here it is. Batman is at the front lines. I have a feeling he's not going to be able to too much longer. Boom!
Second, I think.
Yeah. Wow. All right, so the rest of the lineup from Team Efficiency is looking, or PvP rather, is looking very strong in this present location, but Team Efficiency is looking like they're going to try and overpower that position. Oh my god, this is amazing! Look at the way they piled into this! Team Efficiency now lighting up PvP's reverse, and Nuto's taken out of the board. Juice and Sly Fox are now focusing down. It looks like Icewater, no, I'm sorry, different target. And now, for the moment, Kokart is struggling for dear life.
Wow,
running
can I kill the Icewater? What's the tank here then?
It looks like, I think he was tracking on it. Here we go. Colin is exposed there, and it looks like he's about to get wrapped around, but not before Baby 3334 takes a ton of damage. He's still alive.
Wow.
And wow. 1-for-1 there. And Lyrics is struggling for dear life there. He gets sealed out of the game. Sean Poole getting a little bit overzealous, but Hitmen or Horsemen here are looking pretty strong. Roy Amia is next on the menu, and he is getting diced up, eaten alive, and sauced out of the game.
Oh, he come here. No, he missed it.
Oh man, Did he?
Wait,
Uncle is
missing.
being
Wow.
focused down yet again. There we go. He's taken down by Comics. Come on, yes!
Wow.
And now it is a 2 versus 1. And I wonder if Charlotte Tiger. Wait, I'm sorry, 2 versus 2. Oh my God! Shinozaki now the last remaining tank on his team. If he can get both of them, he gets him.
Wow.
He gets him. Shinozaki's now got to hit Comics. He gets him. He gets him. Charlotte Tiger wins. Just gonna dive straight into this. Griffin getting the kings. Votek is as well, and it's not gonna be Votek that falls first. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Blade down to 1 HP now as his engine catches on fire, and he gets knocked out of the game. Fresh speed at 218, and now out of the game. Spawns diving and trenching into the front lines. He's not gonna extremely low and take it down. Take a hit to the ammo rack. HP at one moment, then taking out the game. Bingo Bongo now chasing down Comics and running for his life.
Try to ram it.
Atari, the ram from Help Me Please is backfired. He does. He succeeds.
Nice.
Batman going for the capture, not aiding his teammate. I don't understand the decision.
Oh, he missed it.
Both sides get a bounce. Both sides get a bounce.
Okay.
From the rear, and he's gonna get thrown out of this game.
Again. Wow.
Free cam, and it looks like we're getting it just as the ball in the middle of the map, close to the capture circle, is happening. I'm sorry. That is... Where on earth are we right now? Indeed, I mean, Plateau falls, it's 1-for-1 exchanges, 2 tanks fall from both teams.
Oh, don't do that. You know, the M30 run and shoot, I really had that because we got really low rate.
Yeah, I mean, we can see
Keep
2
missing.
misses in a row, but at the same time... All right, guys, we are back with now match number 2. It's going to be Elong versus
Horsemen.
Exactly. And I'm thinking that this is going to be a lot of fun. It seems, in my opinion, that Horsemen has improved their play a lot here in Season 3. So let's see how things turn out with them on defense.
They are on defense, I think. Yeah, defense. Defense side is Horsemen, but this time Elong choose a lot of KV4.
Yeah, and on top of that, they've got an AMX 12T. So are you thinking what I'm thinking? Tank
the
shield?
12T should use him for go somewhere. Oh! No.
Do you think it's going to be a tank shield?
No. They cannot use a KV4 to block the capture circle somewhere.
Right.
And they use the 12T to capture,
Let's get a look at the band maps. Of course, Runeberg, it seems like we've only seen that one time, I think. Maybe two times since Season 3 began.
Yeah,
Cliffs.
only once, I think. Only once.
Yeah, so who got the first ban here? Was it Elong?
I don't know. But
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
I think I can guess that it was more than likely going to be Horsemen that banned Cliffs. Or excuse me, Cliff there. And Prokhorovka was the third ban. I'm not entirely sure about the decision for that, but I'm leaning towards saying that Horsemen made the Cliff ban. So here we go, guys. Game number 1 on Himmelsdorf.
Okay.
So Edison, what do you think that 12T is going to be there for?
12T, they got two functions there. The first one is if a KV4 stand here like this.
Right.
They can use 12T
To capture. It's going
to capture.
All right.
And they use I3 to make up a defensive line. That's the first one. The second one, if they just use the KV4 plus I3, rush in to capture, and on that moment they use the 12T to capture.
Okay. All right.
But whatever the 12T is for capture.
Right. I mean, in either case, the 12T is small enough to fit behind one of those other tanks. But at this moment, if I'm looking at this correctly, Guanran Elong is in the 12T, and he's going up the hill to just get a little bit of vision.
Yeah, they want to go first because if the Horsemen rush out, the 12T can hit them on the hillside. But I don't think the Horsemen is such an aggressive team.
Right. So, of course, we've got Elong on the offensive here. I'm going to say that Horseman is going to be very hard-pressed to make 2 wins in a row happen, especially with the...
Yeah. And right now, the KV4 already on line A, so that means the KV4 can...
Ooh, I like that move.
Either way, and the 2 I3 there, maybe do flanking like this.
Yeah, and I'm thinking right now, Horseman, they're going to be greeted... Or not Horseman, but Elong is going to be greeted with heavy fire.
Yeah, and the 12T there, whatever is only for the capture function, but if a KV4 rush into the enemy base here, he is not suitable to capture because of, if you just such close to base, I just kill you really nice and easy. For the best way to kill 12T is when KV4 fighting. The 12T go to capture on the south tower.
Well, if it doesn't succeed here, I think they'll use it in the next game, but we have got a fight on our hands, a very quick rush, where we see usually the 4-minute mark rush capture happens. This is happening at the 5-minute mark. Reflection goes in, takes 2 solid shots to his hull. GRB takes another one as well, but not too much in the way of HP is taken off of his tank. We already see Faluso getting I guess you'd say cornered there in his present position. Ironically enough, he is in a corner. But no one is rushing to take him down just yet. That 12T, where on earth is he?
For the Horsemen, they need someone flanking to the south because of, they got one tank I3,
15 seconds.
They show up the side armor, it's really easy to kill.
11, 10 seconds, 9 seconds, but the reset is looking like it's going to happen. Reflection is getting hit, and he's getting hit hard.
Yeah.
GRB gets hit, but it's a bounce.
No one trying to shoot the I3 there, so let's miss. someone gonna flank it here, but you know, wow!
Spencer
the
PW is
KV4
coming in.
died.
Yeah, and I mean, Horsemen, they're taking a lot of HP damage right now. Look at the left-hand side of your screen, guys. They're at less than half of their HP, even though Elong's dropped the first tank.
Spencer gonna kill the KV4
Nice
on
flank.
on the back, I think.
Nice flank, really nice flank.
Really
but
nice.
the question is it going to pan out or not? Because this is turning out to be very close in the way of HP. That flank making a lot of difference here from Spencer. Good call, but in the end, will it be enough? Colin's getting caught now between 3 hungry sets of teeth. The rest of Horsemen is going to go diving in there.
Yeah,
Spencer's
but
on the
they
reload,
have to kill
though.
I3 first as soon as possible, or they're gonna lose this one totally, I think. You know.
Oh man, Spencer is now coming around for the long haul flank. He wants to get Fox TS, but now it's just Veluso there. It's going to be 2 versus 3. This was 5 versus 3 not long ago, but since Horseman is so low HP, it's quickly being turned around.
Yep.
All right, it's Spencer against the world. Can he make it happen or not? Typically, I mean, in this situation, it's hard enough to make a 1 versus 3 work in a light tank fight, but in a heavy tank fight, well, I mean, that's where the situation gets a little bit more
yeah, I think
hopeless.
Elong show up and how do they do exchange fire.
Right.
It's really nice, you know. I think the Horsemen missing too many shots, and they are too focused on KV4. Is totally wrong. I have to say that because the first one KV4 is not, you know, KV4 is not easy
Not easy
to kill.
And it looks like the capture will finish.
Don't kill him first. They have to focus on I3 or other part first. K4 is captured. No, yeah, everybody know that, but you know,
I mean,
don't focus on K4 first.
it definitely stood out because when we saw, who was the guy that, it was Veluso who was in the window, right? What tank was he in? Let's see that right now.
They got 2 I3. No.
I want to see, what tank was Veluso in?
T32, I think.
T32? We're about to find out. Hang on.
Let me check it.
Let's see.
Okay.
Alright, so
T32 here. Yeah.
Oh, wow. What cannon was he sporting? The
It's
90 millimeter?
It's 105.
105.
105.
Wow. With a 105, I think he did only 200 damage to a KV4, if I'm not mistaken. The first shot, mind you.
Maybe use HE.
Yeah.
Because he want to reset the capture, so maybe he used HE. But I have to say that because they are too focused on KV4.
That's right. That's right.
They got 2 I3 on some angle is really nice to kill because there is 2 KV4 on capturing, right? So T32 absolutely can reset the first one, but I think Horsemen they should flank in on the south first to kill the I3 first. After that, trying to deal with the KV4 because the KV4 have really low DPM. If you are on the close battle, they cannot making too much damage on the first moment. So if they can focus on I3, first I3 is much easier to kill. The second, the HP is low, you know.
I mean, that's all scenarios basically piled into this nutshell that you've just analyzed for us. But I mean, the real question is, what's going to happen here in game number 2? Typically on offense, typically on defense, we see that it's easier to try and get the win on Himmelsdorf. But I mean,
but the Horsemen, they lost the first one.
Yeah.
It's really tough for them, but last week they doing really nice with KV5, but I'm not sure if the Elong, they just rush out, they don't want to camp. They're gonna show up. How do we guys doing the exchange fire? You know.
Well, let's see how they do in game number 2 after this 90-second break, guys.
Okay.
All right, guys, we are back now with game number 2 on defense for Horsemen. And I mean, I've said it before and I have to say it again. Typically, it's much easier to win out on defense on Himmelsdorf than it is on offense. That became painfully clear during Season 2 when the meta was essentially, you know.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, I think that such the team like Elong, they must already research how you guys camp on the northwest and how to guys doing that. But, you know, their strategy is use KV4, you know. They want you guys shooting the KV4 and, you know, they're going to save the power to deal with you guys.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, so clear, but, you know, even when the KV4 rush in on the side of the Horsemen.
Is that an FV304? I'm sorry.
FV304 is artillery.
That is an artillery.
Yeah, a tier 6 artillery have really nice shooting angle. You know, it's something like mortar.
Ooh.
So, you know, it got really high angle. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you camp on the northwest, they got really nice chance to shoot like T-32. You know, they can see you there, but just using the T-32 to consume your firepower. But on that moment, you can send something like a T-37 trying to capture the FOV-302.
All right, well, I mean, there it is. There's the tank selection, as you guys can plainly see on your screen. 2 KV4s, 3 IS-3s, 1 AMX 50-100, and an FV304 coming from Elong. So it looks like they've got, like, poking to death for Horsemen coming down in game number 2 on offense, and showing that they've got more than one strategy to employ. So I like this decision. It's creative, and I think this is the first time in about 2 weeks that we've seen an SPG in game.
Yeah, you know, if I were a Horseman, I'm gonna send the T-37 to hide somewhere, you know, on the map. When the SPG starts shooting, I'm gonna kill him on the back.
Wait a minute. Where is Spencer right now?
He go into south, here.
That means he's really close to finding that FV304.
Yeah, so he cannot go somewhere, you know. If I were him, I'm gonna hide somewhere like here on the south. So if enemy come here, I can turn around and run really fast. If they didn't come in, they're gonna stand on the back and chasing for the FV304.
Right, and this is that very methodical. Oh, he got shot at, but nothing hit.
He go here.
Right.
He go here right now.
This is that very methodical scouting method that Horsemen has. They scout where their opponent is by scouting first where their opponent is not. Okay. So again, we're just waiting to see what the move is going to be. Firing shots already coming from Elong's reflection, but they haven't really spotted anything yet. Wait, what? They just hit Feluso. They knew where he was. They're blind firing an Artie. And they're hitting Feluso. Feluso's camped in that window, and it was a hit.
Yeah. It's not that hard because they expect T-32 here, you know.
Yeah, but it's brilliant, and it's already working.
Yep.
All right. So that's about 100 and almost 200 damage that we're seeing Horsemen's Feluso not getting back.
FV 304?
Yeah.
Yeah, only taking like 100 to 150.
There they go. They're diving in. Elong takes 2 smacks to the face, and it looks like the exchange of fire is not too great here for Elong at the moment. They're actually a little bit lower in overall tank HP. But
not that hard.
Yeah.
Because FV 304 gonna keep shooting through, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit of damage. He's not doing too terribly much, but at the same time, every little bit contributes.
I just wonder what's the T-37. Where is the T-37?
Huge flanking maneuver coming in. We can all see it. There they go. They're about to hit from the south. Spencer's looking for that Artie. He's in range of it now, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, we're trying to score the FV304, and I bet the Elong team already know that, so that's why the 304 already relocation right now.
And in the exchange of fire, Elong's Nice has fallen, and no one else has just yet. I mean, Horsemen, again, trading one tank for a lot of HP damage. This is how game number 1 went.
Yeah.
All right, 99, 98 on that capture. Nice flank again from Tommy Yu.
The K4 gonna die there, I think.
Oh, Tommy was taken down. I'm sorry, Spencer? Wow. Gorilla was taken down, and so too was Flying Unicorn. Guanren is getting lit, ultra lit right now.
Oh, the
And
Horsemen rushing.
There they go. That's the way it needs to be
Yeah,
in
they
some
have
ways.
to do that faster, or no, they cannot win this one.
Black is coming in.
Nice.
3
deal.
versus 3, but the higher
Yeah.
HP is there for Team Elong.
Right.
But where on earth is that FV304? Is it still alive? Is the question?
Yeah, but
no, it isn't.
whatever. Even it's still.
Oh,
Wow.
Spencer just got hit for a ton of HP in that T-37.
Yeah, but it's where does it come from?
That was from a snipe on Black. That's where he got.
Wow.
That's where he got hit. It was like 600 HP.
They're not gonna get a problem.
Yeah, he's going 2 versus 1 here. Fox TS does get the finishing shot there on No, not Spencer. But now it's 2 versus 3, 3 versus 3. If you count all the tanks, now it's 2 versus 3 again. It's up to Tommy and, of course, Spencer to pull out the win. This is more or less a baited capture coming from Nightmare.
Yeah, but on the exchange fire, I think the Horsemen have almost the same firepower, but I don't know what's going on there.
Nightmare gets the first shot, plays it patiently, gets the hit.
Yeah, but Tommy should go out.
Oh no!
What's going on there?
Oh no!
Oh!
He does get the reset, but I mean with 3 tanks there.
Yeah, I know, and your enemy know where you're gonna go out there.
You think Spencer has a shot at killing any of those tanks? If he can get Fox TS, it'll be a miracle in a T-37, right?
Yeah, but if Tommy you're doing much better there, your enemy already hide behind the someone's dead body, but oh, he go. Oh, I cannot do it.
Oh,
It's
there
so
we are.
close, but I think the Horsemen cannot manage that because of on the exchange fire side. I think the Horsemen doing pretty nice flanking on the middle, but 2i3 versus 2i3. That finally Horsemen's 2i3 all gone. That means you got worse personal skill compared to Elong. That's it.
I mean, basically, that's how it all worked out. I don't want to say that the artillery. Do you think it did too terribly much there to help Elong? I mean,
actually, it cannot make him too much damage. Maybe 600 is quite nice, but it's annoying.
It is. That's all it is.
Keep moving. If you want to hide somewhere, he cannot keep bumping you and force you to go out. But we can see the T-32 do not die too early. That means artillery did not work out there. But actually, the main problem of Horsemen is they already have really nice flanking. But we saw the two I3, they almost gone, but still alive. But 2 I3 of about Horsemen already died, and they are so. I don't know why they want to kill the KV4 all the time. No, I say that that's totally wrong. A KV4 capture, Fluso is really easy to reset a capture. There's I3 on the middle. You got a 2 I3 plus 1 M50. So the 3 tank can kill 2 really fast. But I don't know why they just use 2 to fight 2 and 1 flanking to the KV4.
I mean, we can see the coordination was there. It's just they're a little bit weaker in game number 2. But we're going to switch things around, and that's going to put Horsemen on offense.
Yeah.
So the score's already 2-0 in favor of Elong, guys. So let's see if by some miracle, some ring and prayer, or some very, very strong coordinated tactics coming from our Taiwanese team, they are able to take one of the next 2 games.
Okay.
All right, so don't go away, guys. We'll be back in about 90 seconds. All right, guys, we are back now, and of course, as promised, we're gonna have Elong on defense, and this time around,
Yeah, but
Horsemen on offense.
when Elong defend, I really wonder who can pass through. Maybe I expect on this match, if the Horsemen defend, maybe they're doing nice enough, they gonna got 1 or 2 points. But I really hard to imagine they got a point on the offense side. If we even defend, you cannot get any point.
Well, I mean, Elong is unbreakable on defense. The question is, Elong was unbreakable on offense there. The question is, can they be unbreakable on defense? In game number 1 and game number 2, we saw that they were the first team to lose tanks. But at the same time, they were making their trades very cost effective. They're coordinated by like, don't panic, we're down 1 tank, don't panic,
but
stay calm.
Problem for the Horsemen is, Elong already give up powerful assault. I mean, they only use SPG, let's say. So when they attack, they got lower firepower, but they still winning there.
All right.
And I think Elong is a really well-trained team when the KV4 show up, and everyone shoot KV4. I actually take a chance cross the middle.
Let's get a look-see at just how many IS-3s there are for Elong on defense. They've got a 12T in the mix as well. Not entirely sure about that decision.
Yep. But for such setup, if a Horseman can do a nice rush, I mean, they can try to get a I3. I mean, the Elong's team some quarter and have a really short range combat. They can get more advantage there. And for such setup, I feel the young team they want to rush.
Horseman isn't moving for the time being, if I'm looking at that correctly.
Yeah, they are moving. Oh,
they're not moving. I'm not sure. Oh, they said they have 1 DC in game. All right, so
I know. Yeah, I gonna told them they have to rematch right now.
All right. So unfortunately, that's the way this game is working out at the moment. We've got 1 DC. It's very, I'd say, graceful that this doesn't happen more often, given that we have a total of 17 accounts that connect to a single game. And by 17 accounts, I mean 7 players for 1 team, 7 players for another team, then 3 for us. And this coming in from our production crew, we're going to take things into about a 5-minute break, and then after that, we'll be back with game number 3 on Himmelsdorf.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back now, and thank you all for your patience. It looks like we got things back underway without too terribly much of a hitch now with game number 3 getting started, and we want to thank you all for your patience as always. So, 5 IS3s.
One M50 with 12T.
Coming from Elong.
Elong, yeah, Horsemen.
A single KV5.
Yeah, one KV5, 2 IS, one IS3, 2 M50 with Chinese 110.
All right, 2 ISs it's going to be. I mean, I like that lineup, but the question at the end of the day is it enough to take down what is coming from Elong? We're about to find out. I imagine what Colin's going to do is he's going to lead in the charge since his tank would have the most HP and therefore would be meant for absorbing the most damage.
Yeah, but I think the Elong, they're going to rush, but I don't know which side right now.
All right.
Okay. Where is Horseman?
Horseman right now?
Yeah.
Can't tell.
They go south and the mid I3, you know.
Oh man.
On that moment, Horsemen had to rush out because they got more auto loader.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here we are. Game is unfolding. What's it gonna be?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, this is a bit of a scary lineup coming from Elong. I mean, they know what they're doing, and they're doing a tactic that we see the least employed on Himmelsdorf.
Go to the south, you know.
All right.
Really funny. But I'm not sure which way they're going.
That is indeed a question meant to be asked at this very moment. Colin's leading the charge again. I want to point that out. He's. Oh, I like this move.
Go here.
I like this move. I like this
so
move.
this one can be killed first.
Yes, I mean, if they coordinate their fire correctly, that should be able to pull the trick. But I mean,
First one, I think. Oh.
I think you're right, Edison. That's true. One shot did hit him, but it was a non-penetrating shot.
Yep. Both side one shot, and both side not penetrate.
All right, so are we gonna see?
Oh, they're gonna capture. No,
Maybe.
No. They should kill the GRV first. You know, this one is alone.
Here we are.
Oh no.
The question is, like, what are they doing at this point? It's a little bit confusing. I mean,
yeah. I just wonder they
they're
got
getting
so
pummeled.
many nice chance to kill GRB, but doing nothing there.
did they even scout him? I mean, was he in the 50-meter scouting radius or not?
Yep, already, I think.
Flying Unicorn is staying behind, but he's already totally lit at half of his original HP.
Okay.
Elong not taking a penetrating shot until just this moment. GRB looks like he's going to get hit, and Flying Unicorn will take him out of the game.
Wow.
But in the exchange, Spencer TW has lost Feluso now down to 97 HP. Tommy Yu falls in the background as well. It's Elong and Reflection. It's Elong's Reflection and Nice versus Horseman's None, Gorilla, and Call It. Can this happen or not? He was flushed out, and nice move there by Colin. Did he not get 2 kills there, or was that just 1?
One, I think.
All right, Gorilla and None, as well as Colin, just going to pile in there on Fox TS. But if they do this wrong, they can both be gone very soon. Flying Unicorn trying to pick up the slack in the rear, but it looks like Guanren's going to take him out of the game very soon. Nice bounce off of None. Colin's trying to do what he can, and Elong is wisely doing everything they should, except focus down the KV5. Oh my God! This is 3 versus 2 at this very moment.
Yeah.
As we see Horseman flip it.
Yeah.
Oh,
the KV5 bouncing! Wow, you know that's why I always love the KV5.
But it looks like Colin's getting a little overzealous here. All of his teammates are one shot.
Oh,
None
he's bouncing!
gets the connecting shot that he needs.
Oh, he bounced again!
RNGesus really loves Colin, and Black is still alive.
Oh my
there he goes, he was taken down. Nice! Horseman gets the win.
That's a KV5 win.
Yeah. That was a brilliant rush tactic that we saw from the very beginning, and it took balls of steel
but
to coordinate
the
correctly.
KV5 at least bounced 4 times.
Yeah.
It should already die, but I keep bouncing.
That's just what happened. I mean, like, that's the way the ball rolls at the end of the day. And that brings the score to 2-1.
But I have to say, the Horseman strategy is quite worse, you know. It got GRB alone. No one kill him. No one deals him.
Yeah.
If you want to kill GRB, you won't get any shot there.
That's
but
what
no one do that.
I mean, that's what we call the elephant in the room. We can all see it, we all want to talk about it, but nobody's talking about
but,
it. No one's doing anything about it.
The I3, the Elong got a long lineup, so the Horsemen trying to kill someone. Okay, finally they figure out that, oh, Elong got a couple tanks on north, so we all rush to north. Finally they're right, but the timing is really worse because of, they already got a lot of punishment, but I don't know why in the skill of Elong, they are so expert, they are so super. But shooting KV5 keep bouncing.
All's well that ends well, and I mean, the KV5, how many bounce shots did he take? 5, 6, 7, 8? It was just too many to count.
Yeah.
But let's see how game number 2 goes on offense for Horsemen after this short 90-second break, guys. Don't go away. All right, guys, we are back now with game number 4.
On Hemstove.
All right, so, I mean, we saw game number 3 there that, I think there was a little bit of, Edison is clearly pointing out the mistakes from Horsemen, but I feel like the biggest mistake there from Elong was simply moving out of the base. Does that make sense? They kind of violated the meta here if you're on defense.
Yeah, but I think they already got so many I3, the advantage of I3 is the dodge shot and the speed. But they line up, fast, so for long line, it's really easy to be killed. But
and in the beginning,
honestly, I have to say that Horseman is really lucky.
I have to agree with you because in the beginning we actually saw that they were taking a lot more damage from Elong than they were dealing out on Elong. That is to say, like, the exchange of fire was not in their favor, but they pulled it out just the way they needed, to, thanks to the bounces on the KV5.
I saw the flying unicorn. He driving the M50 and kill 2. Is really critical because he killed the GRB first and killed another I3. And finally, the last shot is still doing really well.
Okay, so here we are at 6 minutes 6 minutes remaining on the clock. I also want to point out there's of course that AMX-12T in the game right now, and I like the move that he's making with it right now. Most of Horsemen is actually moving.
He's trying to kill, doing the counter strategy, I guess.
Right. Most of them on the eastern side of the map.
Oh!
Wow! Shut down and out of the game.
Yeah, it's a shutdown right now.
Nightmare's backpedaling. He's like, 2 tanks? Nah, I'm not fighting that in an AMX-50.
Yep, and they know you're gonna pull back, so they pull back too. That's it.
All right.
I have to say that Elong is a well-trained team, but if you're doing something they never see, they are doing quite not that good reaction compared to on their plane. We saw that on the postseason. When they're doing everything on their scenario, they can doing really perfect. But if you're doing something really weird, when they cannot doing really nice on the reaction.
Okay, so at this moment, let's just go ahead and point out the situation that Horsemen is in right now. They're trying to push into, and I like this defensive lineup coming from Elong.
Yeah, but it's really,
Now it makes sense.
Yeah, it's dangerous, but if they found a Horseman here, they cannot use it to isolate the flank. This one is not bad.
That is true. But we still have to wait and see where things are gonna go in the next few moments. I mean, right now it looks like we got Flying Unicorn gonna try and play some sniping on the hill.
Yeah, on the hill side.
And
if the isolate flanking, they cannot shoot them on the hill. That's it.
Yeah. And I have to actually test out the turret depression on my AMX 50 when I get home today because I actually don't know how good or how bad it may be.
The gun depression is worse, but it's good enough if you want to snipe it on the hillside.
All right. So here we are now. Looks like Horseman's going to make their move. Those 3 IS-3s and that 1 AMX 50 are way out of position.
Yeah, the isolate is change fire here.
Yeah.
Change drag too, but it's really funny because of those cases, no one can penetrate anything.
Oh, GRB gets hit, but it was a non-penetrating shot. It might have been just a track shot, a damaging track shot at that. Lusode does take a huge chunk as he dives into that capture circle. And
told me you're gonna die there.
Maybe. We have to see how this works out. I mean, the exchange of fire is not looking too terribly hot here for
they use
Horsemen.
the KV5 strategy again.
There we go.
Yeah, they know you cannot penetrate.
Gradually, just taking a little bit of
Colin
damage.
cannot take a really nice angle.
Yeah,
What's going on there?
That's the situation at large right now. Reset has been achieved on Gorilla.
Yep. They have to wait him for the Colin, turn to the correct angle.
But I mean, at the same time, just look at the exchange of fire. We already see that most of the tanks. I mean, yeah, they got Guanren, they got the AMX-12T, but that's a misnomer. It offers no firepower. It's a scouting tank.
Yep.
And right now, most of the tanks on Horsemen are already at 50%. 4 of those tanks are at about 50%. If not just a little bit lower, a little bit higher. No one's perfect by those estimates, but they're trying to make the capture work out here, and it's just not quite going in their favor. Flying Unicorn and None are diving into an angle that they may not be able to push all that well. And in the background, Gorilla falls.
And your enemy already waiting for you. It's really dangerous.
It is None one shot.
Done.
He does not get out a final shot to take down Fox TS Elong. Just doesn't quite happen. And I mean, Flying Unicorn, he's 3 versus 1 in this present position. And he keeps on scoring bouncing shots. He's in an AMX 50. He's going to reload very soon. He's got nothing to back him up. And he's out of the game. It's now a 4 versus 6 scenario. And most of those tanks are very low HP on Horsemen. They are all lit or one shot. Spencer at 311.
Yeah, I just wonder one thing, because if they want to use a KV5 strategy to use the side scratch, they shouldn't rush into the capture circle. It's not working at all. I really wonder what's going on there, why they did that.
This is not good. I mean, it was so swift how quickly Elong shut Horsemen out of this final game. But as you mentioned before, the KV5 strategy, it's very fickle. It either loves you or it hates you.
Yeah, but when you use a KV5, you want to use side scratch the skill. They should arrange the attack.
Right.
They cannot just rush you and use ice too, because of if you just stand there and your enemy got isolate. Isolate speed is really nice, so when they can pull back really soon. I don't think the Horsemen can have any chance to successfully capture. But besides that, if you want to use a capture and drag your enemy coming, but I didn't see any defensive line on the Horsemen too. So even you cannot punish your enemy when they pull back, or even you cannot successfully capture. I don't know why you doing that. Some part they got an idea and they do not really organize that.
Well, I mean, I guess it's something to think about in the next commercial break. Right now, we did just take things into the final round on Himmelsdorf, and we're about to dive into map number 2 on steps, and the score is 3-1 in favor of Elong. Can we see that miracle comeback come from Horsemen or not? We're about to find out. All right, guys, we are now diving into the second half of tonight's match between Elong and Horsemen.
Yeah, on the step. So we're gonna see the Elong team. They how to doing a really nice job on the assault side, but if the Horsemen they can doing much better on the defense. Maybe they got changed on the 2-2 right now, but not that easy to deal with Elong. But I have to say, compared to previous season, Horsemen struggle on the Silver League, and every team up from the Silver League, they're doing pretty nice. I mean, oh no, not everyone. Formation is okay, really nice. Horsemen, okay. But One Blood, after it combined to the
Phoenix.
There is a new team called Phoenix, but actually it's a
Intense Honking and One Blood.
Intense Honking and the Numb.
And Numb.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple of guys from Numb.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So the three teams combined together and doing not that good compared to Intense Honking or even compared to One Blood. So a new member, maybe they need time. But Singapore team, the Codiger, they also need time to work out. I feel they are not that great on this season, So,
I mean, hopefully we can see them pick it up towards
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end. I mean,
yeah, but I want to say what I want to say is the formation Horsemen they're doing much better compared to previous season. Even the team efficiency, even the Elong they're doing much better than previous season. But I feel the Shadow Tiger they are not that good compared to before. So I don't know what's going on in the PvP too. PvP. I'm not sure what's going on there, but PvP they didn't show up the power like the champion,
I mean, I can see where you're coming from with that. I mean, they don't seem to be at their present state of mind or their former state of mind when they beat Fnatic at the 2013 season finals, right?
Yeah, they are doing so nice. The Batman is a hero of the C server on that moment, but really don't know what's going on because Batman is my old friend too. When I did a tournament team, we always fighting each other. I know he is really smart and powerful, but the PvP right now is not that great.
All right, so I mean, we see the classical, I guess you could say, pretty heavy Amex 1390 rollout coming from Elong, and right now we see mostly RU251s coming from, our Taiwanese Titans.
Yeah,
and
but
there we go.
For such setup, we already saw that on the PvP versus Codiger, right? If the M13 rush in, RU25 cannot stop that. The best way to counter is T69.
All right, so there it is. I mean, both sides going with the 686 compositions, all tanks light. I don't know. How does a KV85?
It's a tier 6.
I know. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, I just wanted to ask you before we get to the loading screen, how much damage would a KV85 do compared to, say, like if a KV85 were to shoot at an RU251 or an Amex 1390, how much damage would it do?
Yeah, 240.
240?
Yep.
All right. That sounds pretty okay, but I mean like...
230 or 240. I have a KV85, but it should
sorry.
be a 240.
Well, I mean, I was just thinking to myself, why on earth doesn't the defensive team take a KV85 to this kind of fight? But, and I mean, it may not be worth it in the end, I guess, but we've got the game in our hands. Spawning to the southwest-ish end of the map, it is, of course, Team Elong, and to the northeast, it's going to be Horsemen. Both sides are rushing towards the center of the map.
Yeah. And the Elong team, they got really nice position, so if the Spencer go up, he gonna die really soon.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's why he's sticking to the road at this very moment. He's about to hit 3 members of Elong, or rather 3 members of Elong might be hitting him soon, as well as Faluso.
No one spot him.
And that's the amazing part about this.
Oh,
Did they spot him? Maybe.
No bubble.
Well, I mean, the light bulbs actually don't work.
Yeah.
They don't work.
They don't work?
Yeah, I mean, not
they?
anymore. I don't know what the problem is, but during the first few weeks of WGL Season 3, the light bulb mod was working.
Yeah, but I saw it's working perfectly. But I didn't check it today. I didn't check it.
Me neither. We'll find out in a few minutes. Like,
Okay.
once they go head-to-head with each other. Blind fire coming from Gorilla.
Yeah. Blind shot.
And it only makes sense. I mean, he's in the RU-251. If it was an auto-loader making those shots, then...
Yeah, if you use the single shooter, you got a nice chance to shoot one by one, because of the accuracy.
All right, so it looks like Elong might just commence with a capture in a moment. I mean, it's just that at this moment they haven't... Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Elong's Fox TS, he's just been lit. I don't think it was blind fire either.
Yeah, but
Gorilla's
if they capture, Horsemen was forced to send someone to reset a capture, and they got a couple tanks on the south bar. Oh no, the drone ball is not show up on the screen.
Production crew's got to fix that.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, I think we can see clearly now that the light bulb mods are not working. Tommy Yu's been hit. There's no light bulb next to his name or anything else like that. Maybe it has something to do with free cam. We're not entirely sure. But this is a game that is on our hands, and I want to say it's kind of even thus far. Both sides playing the picks.
Because both sides didn't attack, so it should be even.
Capture's been initiated though, and Elong is doing something quite deviant. They've got 3 tanks to the south at the very least. Trying to flank.
And I think the Horsemen know, okay, you love to slam pin us on the south side, so I won't reset a capture through south. That's it.
5916 was the one initiating the capture. That was Guanren, who's just been taken out now. Tommy Yu is now out of the game as well, so this fight's pretty much even. Both sides have lost their tier 6 tanks. And those are, superficially speaking, not really, a little bit in the way of DPS, a lot more in the way of scout.
Yep. And problem for the Horsemen right now is your enemy got a lot of autoloader. It's really, really risky for Horsemen because of the firepower is really different on the short time frame. And we know that Elong is expert team for M13,
All right. Well, at this very moment, I mean, we've got Horsemen's None TW, as well as the rest of the guys there, just kind of bunched up in the upper left or upper right section of the minimap. But I mean, Reflection, he's reinitiating a capture, and I think this is going to prompt all of Horsemen to go to the wrong capture point, or will it?
Yep, and they know you guys gonna reset a capture. I gonna use the M13 to rush.
Spencer can see the capture circle. He says, okay, this is capture point 1. They know that it's not capture point 2.
Oh!
And now I think this is like some kind of...
GRB! It's check? Oh, no.
Maybe.
I think the Horsemen have to do in the reaction right now because the GRB is coming. That means the Elong gonna rush. Right?
I mean, at this moment, we've got 2 minutes left on the clock, and Horsemen still have most of their tanks alive. So if they have even just 1 tank alive as that clock hits 0-0, then we're talking about Horsemen winning the round. But here comes the dive in from Elong. They are going just absolutely balls to the wall on the offensive. Gorilla now looks like he might be exchanged.
Wow, it's red!
That was a 2-for-1, and a very good 2-for-1 at that, but Faluso did fall in the background. It's 3-2 now in favor of Horsemen in this exchange. But will there be any friendly fire or not? Spencer's not heading straight into the fight. I think he's on the reload. I think he's going to try and stay alive for the final 60 seconds of the game. He's running completely away from this. And if None is able to get the kill there...
Oh,
he does not.
He didn't. But no, Spencer is reloaded, and he gonna run.
Yeah, I mean...
He gonna run. If he didn't run, he can kill one of them.
But I mean, if we look at this from a realistic perspective, if Elong gets both of their tanks in that capture circle, it only takes 50 seconds in-game time to get the capture. And there it is. It is initiated. They have to hope that no one's going to hit them at all throughout this entire moment. And Spencer's hand is being forced now. He knows what he has to do. That's no big secret. And can he hit either of those guys from his present position? Can he, Edison? If he blind fires, I don't think it's going to work.
I think he can shoot someone, but I don't think he's going to survive.
Well, he has to do something, and he knows it. So he's budging from his present position at...
Yeah, but his position is nice. His position is nice.
Here we go, 20 seconds. Reflection doesn't quite spot him just yet.
Yeah.
He's just got to get one shot to connect and then get out of there. That's all he's got to do.
He's looking for the other one.
Oh! He's extending the fire. They just both came out of the capture circle. And now Spencer is trying to take down GRB. Not quite able to do so just yet. All shots missing at this moment. He does finally get the other one. He just needed 7 more seconds. If we had seen Reflection miss that shot, this game would have been won for Horsemen.
Yeah, but problem for Horsemen is, I think on the Foxfire, they got some problem, because of the Nang trying to hide first. That's. Yeah, do you see that, right? Because he got one shot to kill the enemy, and he can shoot first. But first reaction for Nang is hide. So he didn't got really nice angle because of gun depression, and your enemy shooting him from the lower part. If we kill the one, I don't remember who is that.
I know what you're talking about. I mean,
Spencer have time to kill the other one.
I think you mean GRB, the guy who was the very low HP tank.
Yep.
He was trying to focus him down. He was like, okay, I don't care if this guy's more HP and he's in front of me. I want GRB out. Because if his DPS is gone, then I could probably survive to the end of the game.
Yeah, because he cannot hide. He cannot... whatever he do, he cannot die there. I have to say that because of, Team Elong is not that stupid because you got paper armor. It's not KB5 or KB4. So whatever you do, you're gonna die really soon. But you got one chance. That's it. You have, you are shooting first. So you got one chance to kill your enemy first. After that, Spencer got a chance to kill the other one because you are auto loader. Stand there, take your time, shoot by. You don't have to rush and hurry. You can kill that one.
I mean, that's what happened. I mean, Elong, they've shown time and again that their full-time practice regimen is working. They've got, they've got of course the dormitories, the environment to do it, and they're just showing that they're able to basically take entire sets with dropping the bare minimum number of maps, which are in some cases just going straight 5-0.
Yeah.
But right now the score is 4-1 in favor of Elong. So guys, we're going to take things into a 90-second commercial break, and then after that, what may be the final game of the evening. Don't go away. Hi guys, we are back now, and this again might be the final game of the evening. We've got 4 AMX 1390s coming out from Elong. We've got a 5916 and 2 RU251s as well.
Yeah, it's the same lineup, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
From our China champions, and
the Horsemen, they still got 5 RU251, 1 M13, 1 5916. So both sides have same lineup, so they're gonna do that again, I think.
I know, but I feel like the most dangerous part about this is the fact that Elong, I mean, they have amazing coordinated firepower, and when you put amazing coordinated firepower hand in hand with something that has extremely high damage per minute, like say the AMX 1390, you're creating a recipe for destruction for your enemy team.
Yeah, but like Team Elong, they don't on this map they don't rush one line. Normally, even they are on the defense side, they love to capture on north and use a sniper on the south. So, if the horsemen are they trying to study the strategy of Elong, they should know that if they see one Elong coming from somewhere, that means the other in the other part, they play style not like Immortal. Immortal, if you see one here, that means everyone stick here.
Yeah.
But the Elong is different. If one here, that means someone the other side. So on that moment, if the horsemen rush one way, they're gonna win that one. So sometimes you have to know how your enemy doing.
All right, so they are off once again on the offense. It's going to be Team Elong. They are spawning to the south and to the upper right-hand corner of the map, upper right-hand side, if you will. It's going to be Horsemen on defense, falling just a little bit short of the victory in game number 1.
Yep. They need 1 point.
Okay. So I can't see anything, I guess you could say, too indicative of an absolutely massive difference here from Elong.
Yep. But no, Elong, they trying to capture some higher ground. So when the horsemen come in, they cannot see that on this angle. So other teams gonna rush in. They are so confident about their personal skill. So they don't afraid about that. You want to rush in, they cannot follow you guys.
That is right. So, question is, what happens here? I mean, Elong hasn't budged. Have they moved from their spawn that much? I can't really tell.
No. Their style is they want to assure who is enemy. After that, they're gonna split 2 parts. This is their play style.
Yeah, 50-50 split.
Yeah, always. So even on the himself, they still love that.
I mean, it's a little bit difficult to tell, per se, but I mean, at some points, it can be the best strategy. It's something that, to some teams, doesn't necessarily make all that much sense, but at the same time, I mean, Elong, they're the team with the plan. They know what they're doing in many regards.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, like, you remember that game where they put the AMX 1390 on that western side of mines, and then they used the 2 OBJ 416s to... Yeah, that was crazy. They invent. Well, I mean, I think it had been seen in other tournament plays, but I mean, it was the first time we'd ever seen it in WGL APAC, and they pioneered it. So
that's why I say they are well-trained team. They know how to play on certain play style. But
if you
play on the other ways, they are doing quite bad on the direction.
Tommy was just taken down. Horseman's getting ready to set up an ambush. Trap rather, but it might work out.
On this one,
it might just work
on
out.
This one, I have to say that if you scout here or here, whatever, you have to send someone to cover. When Tommy you die there, I didn't see Horseman doing anything. That means the scout is useless. The scout is totally failed because if you scout someone there, you cannot offer any support. Why you do that?
Well, I mean, they're at 4 minutes now, and they've only lost 1 tank, and that was their scouting tank. So, if they can just stay alive for the next 4 minutes, they might be okay. Elong is lining up here quite needlessly, I might add, and I think they're waiting for Horseman to dive in there. But Horseman's just completely retreating.
Yep, but I just as I said, because of the Elong is a well-trained team. If you play style is weird. You never see any team flanking to the northwest and go to the south. Never that, right? So on that moment, Elong's first reaction will be, somewhat weird. They cannot do it really nice if you play style is different from their genre.
Yeah, And now look at what's happening here from Horsemen. They are completely confused in this position. They were thinking, oh, well, they took down our 59-16. Maybe they're doubling back. And now they realize too late that they might have thought just a little bit too much.
Yeah, and Elong, they may send a couple tanks to capture. But after after the Horsemen reset the capture, they're gonna rush out against. That's their play style. So maybe they're gonna send other tier A, for fighting, and they use one little tank for capturing. That's it.
That will be Elong's own 59-16. The capture has been initiated. They only need 1 minute and 40 seconds to get that capture, and there's 2 minutes and 35 remaining on the clock. So this is going to bait a lot of movement out from Horsemen, and they may eventually very well play into the hands of Elong. I love the positioning here from GRB. CN, very good for sniping.
Yeah, but seems didn't shoot anything. Already. Oh, he got one.
Maybe already?
Yeah.
He made a hit?
One. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, at this moment, Horseman is pressed to do something, but just what are they going to be able to do is the real question at the end of the day.
They know where is the enemy because there is bush. And the only one can make it cover, so just shooting the bush is not that hard.
And I love this ambush coming from Horseman, or not Horseman, but rather Elong as well. It's so very, I guess you could say, it's hook, line, and sinker, and I'm almost ready to say that perhaps we'll see Elong get the capture, but Spencer is rushing across that map in his AMX 1390.
Yeah, the Elong is waiting for you.
Yeah, he's trying to get the reset. He backs off. He doesn't have the turret depression to hit now. And something just happened there. It looks like the capture was reset just a little bit somehow. All right, so I guess maybe what happened there was one of the higher tier tanks jumped in when our observer wasn't watching, then it hopped out. Now it's hopped back in. 10 seconds, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay,
boom.
You might have some problem.
Yeah, just a little bit in the way of a problem, but ought to be good to go pretty soon here, right? Pretty soon here. There we go. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, this is the first, one of the few times we see a capture to get the win, but it was very well done by Elong.
Yeah, but I'm talking about reaction about Elong. They didn't have any new strategy there. They just want to capture and go somewhere. But on the other side, the Horseman's reaction much worse.
I know.
Compared to the Elong,
I
Seems
know.
unorganized. They know, okay, if you capture, you should shoot somewhere to reset. But even though that, they cannot reset a capture because of there is only one bush. That means your enemy only have one position
Inside the capture
That's
circle.
it. But
Right.
they cannot make it. They keep shooting and cannot get that. That means your team member do not really know where is it. That's it.
I look at the way Horseman was playing there in the final game, and I think to myself, it's overthinking the situation. It is, again, the word that I taught you all earlier today, the Yomi effect. Knowing your opponent, what they're trying to do. And in fact, what we saw coming from Elong was we saw them rush. We saw Horsemen rush back to capture point 2. They're like, uh-oh, they found our scouting tank, which was ahead of us just a little bit. So they killed it. Maybe we haven't found them yet. They're not coming to us. Maybe they're going back to capture point 2. They go to capture point 2. Nothing is there.
Yeah.
And
but,
then,
but in the beginning, the Horseman doing something wrong. I told you, if you want to use a scout somewhere, you cannot shoot some enemy somewhere.
Yeah.
Not just scout and okay, you got die. That's it. That's
Right.
something that a Horseman didn't do anything.
I mean, that's it. And I mean, Elong got the win in, I think, what is their most relaxed game that they've ever played yet. Like, no extremely massive coordinated fire, no, how do I say this? Frantic and fast-paced action, but they just smoothly rode out the capture to 100.
Yep.
So,
okay.
the end score between TCSG and PvP Super Friends was what, 5-2?
5-2.
Yeah.
No, PvP win.
And in Elong versus Horsemen, we saw that the score was 5-1. again in favor of our team from mainland China, and showing some pretty strong performance, showing that they really want to go to the Season 2 Grand Final, or excuse me, Season 2 Season Finals.
Yep, yep.
Despite...
And someone had to bet the Charlotte Tiger because of Elong already give the Charlotte Tiger 3 point.
Yeah, and I mean, like we're looking at it from that perspective, and the question is, will they or will they not be able to dethrone our Korean killers, RTA, assuming they make it to Season 3 Finals?
Yeah, but no, that's their main target. I think that Elong is really confident about like gonna go to the season final, but you know, RTA is there. RTA is still, I feel that RTA is much more stable team. They don't have any new creative strategy, but you know, on the season final, I saw they the play style is really stable. They know how to do that one step by step, and pass is really slow. I have to say that slow pass, but everything correct.
Yeah.
But Elong, I feel maybe those guys too young. The reflection is an old guy like me, but you know, other team member is really young, and sometimes they doing such perfect on the regular season, but on the postseason, you know, I cannot say something really bad, but you know, the play style is non-professional at all.
Well,
like really nervous on the stage or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like shaking there.
I know what you're talking about, Ez. We've all been in the hot seat before. So I guess this is where we leave you to ponder the Yomi effect, guys. Know what your opponent is going to do, but try not to overthink it too terribly much. And do we have WGL next Tuesday? I believe we do not. I think it's a break then. I'm pretty sure it's a break. I'll double check, and we will let you guys know upcoming Thursday.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. I mean, day after tomorrow we clearly have competition, right? We have to broadcast day after tomorrow, on Thursday.
Yeah, but no. Okay.
We'll find out on Thursday, guys. So for now, my name is Benjamin Breaker Novotny.
Lisa Addison 99.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday with the the Wargaming.net League Gold Series. For now, goodbye.
Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.